working on my computer one day, and then all of a sudden, I hear a loud thunder. So automatically, I go to the window to look out and see what's going on. It's just something I do. It's a long story. But anyway, as I'm looking out the window at these clouds eastward, first thing I see is a mountain. And I'm looking at this mountain because it looked real odd. And it was real vivid, like 3D, and it's like I was standing right there, or like it was right by me. And right next to it was a green tree. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is a green tree doing in the sky? But this is what I saw. And right about now, I'm like, whoa, and I'm tripping. I'm like, what am I looking at? And then I see the clouds. I see a lion, and then I see it dissolve into a wolf. You know, it was a lion head, and then all of a sudden it just dissolved into a wolf head. And I'm like, huh? And I'm just looking anyway. And then I look to the right, and I see a man, and he had what appeared to be like a book in his left hand. Now the clouds all around him was white, even the bottom where he was standing. But he was dark. And it looked like he had like a book in his left hand. That's the best I can describe it. And then I glanced over to the opposite side, and I see another man. But these clouds are all white. And it looked like he was in a sitting position. He looked like an old wise man from the old days. And it's like he was looking at a book or reading from a book in the sitting position. And I'm like, what am I looking at? Did I just see the two witnesses? And I'm thinking, are they about to come into this world or come on the scene, or are they already here? I just didn't know. And so as I'm looking from north to south, then I see this Roman soldier. All I could see was his head. But he had on like the full armor, I guess you could say. He had on the Roman headgear, like they used to wear back in the old Roman days. And then I look back to the man that I saw holding the book that would look like a book, and he was now holding a rod in his right hand upward. And I was like, he had a book just a second ago, now he has a rod in his hand and he's holding it up. So I'm looking all over the sky by now because I'm seeing all this weird stuff, and I'm trying to see what all I can see. And then by the time I look back at the man with the rod, now he's holding the rod downward, or the staff downward, like it's touching the ground or pointing to the ground. And I'm like, what's really going on with this here? I'm really seeing some crazy stuff. And then after seeing that, the wind just started blowing real hard, from west to east. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then all of a sudden I see a lot of faces just looking up in the clouds. It was in the cloud. It was all white. And it's like many faces was just looking up. And there was this one black cloud all by itself, just hovering over it. They was looking up, and there was a black cloud over them, and it was just hovering. And I just thought that was so weird. And then I saw the Pope. I saw the Pope in the clouds. It was just like you see him on TV. He was in all white. I could see his face just as plain. He had the little hat on and everything. And I was like, whoa, man, this is really, I'm tripping right about now. I'm like, whoa, this is just crazy. And then I saw a man that looked like a Viking. I described him as a Viking because he had a long beard, and he had on like a helmet with the little horns or hooks or whatever. So I described him as a Viking. Could have been something else. Now, all this was very unusual, but it was real vivid. It was not a vision. It was not a dream. This was in real time. And I also remember all along that week, for the last few weeks, I keep seeing the number 44 and 55, but mainly 44. As I'm driving in my car, I'm reading my odometer, and it's saying something like 244 gallons left. I'm not paying no attention, and I cut on my radio to listen to some gospel, and they're preaching, and I hear the preacher talking about when he first started his ministry, it was in a town of only like 144 people. And I'm like, wow, this 44 is steady and constantly coming up. And then I just happened to, glance over at the time, and it's like, 12:44. I'm like, Lord, are you trying to show me or tell me something? And then I can, come home, whatever, and I get ready to go in the refrigerator to get me a drink. Just happen to glance over at the microwave, and it's got like 2:44, and I'm like, come on. And I mean, this 44 is just like been all up in my face several times a day for the last few weeks now. So I believe the Lord is trying to show me something about 44, concerning 44. So I've been reading the scriptures, and I'm trying to find the connection there. And if you know anything, let me know. So I'm just letting you know this because all this is in real time. Now, I don't know what it means, but I got a weird feeling something major is about to occur right here in the United States. So I would like to hear your feedback, your comments. I hope you like, and I hope you subscribe. Until the next time, peace be with you.